Aloha, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the Labyrinth of Dr. Box here in Humboldt County, California.
And in this episode, we're going to set things on fire. Hopefully not everything, but at least the cocktails.
But before we do that, we want to talk about what fire means to a tiki bar.
So the dance of those flames really transports you to a far-off place, one full of adventure. And just a small flicker of fire is going to really heat things up in your tiki bar.
And it gives you sort of that primitive survival feeling, which, because for most of human history, you needed fire in order to survive.
But it can also give you the feeling of danger lurking nearby, maybe due to volcanic activity. Certainly, volcanoes and lava have a huge place in the tiki aesthetic too. Even if you're not aware of it, the fire will give you subconscious feelings when you walk into a tiki bar that'll really immerse you into the setting, even if you're not aware of it happening.
So in any tiki bar, there should be at least something flickering, whether that is the flame from a real fire or just a flickering light bulb that gives the same sort of effect. And that's going to go a long way in setting the stage for a night of adventure.
But also, what if you maybe want a certain scent in your tiki bar? You can use a candle and kill two tiki birds with one stone. Because then you've got a flame, live flame, and you've also got a nice scent to complement your bar.
And in addition to adding ambiance, it can also be used in other ways too.
But very important, before we go any further, we want to stress the need for safety. So before you light anything on fire in your tiki bar, make sure you have a fire extinguisher and make sure you know exactly where it's at all times.
And just as important, apply a fire retardant above anything that you will be lighting on fire. So since we do our tiki drinks here on the bar and we light them on fire, all of the thatching and all of this up here has been thoroughly doused in fire retardant when we were building.
And it's super easy to apply. It just comes in a spray bottle. Just make sure you get everything nice and coated, nice and wet with that fire retardant.
Also, while we're talking about safety, if you ever feel unsure or unsafe about using fire in your bar, just don't do it. There's no need to have a big fireball coming out of your tiki drink. It's just a fun, cool thing, but your bar is going to be just as cool without it.
But if you want to add a little flair to your presentation and heat things up a bit, we'll show you what we do here at the Labyrinth. And if you want to try this at home, just remember fire is fire. And you have to treat it with respect and, of course, do things at your own risk. But this can be done safely. We've actually personally never had an incident where anything caught on fire or anybody got hurt doing flame effects on drinks.
But it doesn't mean it can't happen. But anyway, enough talk about safety. Let's burn stuff.
Yeah. So if you want to do something pretty simple, but make a big impression and make your tiki bar smell incredibly good, torch some cinnamon with a kitchen torch. So you just start your torch up. Keep your other hand away from the torch and the fire. And it's going to start popping and get nice and hot, and it's going to start glowing orange on the end. This looks super cool, especially in the dark. And we just stick that in the cocktail, and that is the best smell in the world, I think, right there.
That is like the smell of a tiki bar, is a burning cinnamon stick. Another way that we use fire occasionally is what we call an Angostura Flash. It's 50% Angostura bitters and 50% absinthe or another type of liqueur similar to absinthe works. And we put it in a spray bottle, and then we will put the drink down and put this over the drink, and it makes a good little fireball.
Yeah. Do it one more time, just for fun. So one of our original cocktails that we have uses this. You build the drink, it's all done, and then that little flash of burnt alcohol and bitters on the top.
It adds to the aroma and the taste, but mostly the aroma.
Yes.
And it just looks cool.
It does. And then some folks can flash like high-proof bitters. Those will catch on fire just fine. And another thing that we do that's kind of fire adjacent, really, is smoking cocktails. But I think we'll maybe save this for another episode down the way. But we have this really cool smoker. You set this on top of the glass, and then you torch little chips of wood up in the top. And then he's got smoke comes out of his nose. It's pretty cool. But we'll talk about that another time.
Now we've arrived to the part of the episode where we're going to talk about a big fire.
And so what we're going to do now is we're going to cut a lime in half. And of course, we're not going to waste the juice here. We're going to go ahead and juice the lime. And then what I do, if you have one of these kind of juicers, after I've juiced it, I want to make sure that it's going to kind of reshape that lime shell back to its original orientation. And then, as many folks know, higher proof rums and spirits like 151 rum, things like that, will catch on fire no problem. The only issue is that when you light alcohol on fire, you almost can't see it sometimes. It's a very thin, hazy, kind of bluish little flame. But we want a big orange fire, something that looks very magnifique. So, what burns orange? Lemon extract. And what we're going to do is we're going to douse this sugar cube with lemon extract, and we're going to set that on fire. It works great. What we used to do is we used to put the sugar cube in there, and then we'd douse it with some lemon extract. We'd set it on fire. The only problem with that is you get a bunch of extra lemon extract in this shell, and then when you put it in the drink, that can find its way into the cocktail, and then it tastes disgusting. So, what I've recently started doing is I'll take a shot glass, put the sugar cube in there, get it nice and wet with the extract. When it's not in the drink, then you could take that sugar cube and drop it right there into the shell. So for display purposes, we're going to use this bowl. And we'll put that right on top there. And not a blue flame, but orange. Beautiful.
And then this is ground cinnamon in like one of these big spice shakers. And we sprinkle that over the flame and it creates a huge flame. It sparks a bit and creates a big flame. Of course, you will get cinnamon all over the bar top, but that's fine.
So if you want to really crank things up, you can get these atomizers, fill them with high proof rum. We have 151 rum in here, and just do this whole thing. Whoa. And if you want to really make it crazy, you could do both. We have fire retardant up here. It's good. We're okay. So, pretty cool. And then you can serve this to the folks while it's still on fire. It's pretty fun. And they can blow it out. You try blowing it out because it didn't work for me. Okay, there we go. So all this cinnamon mess, we do have a little tray that we use. We put drinks on when we're doing the cinnamon show. So that kind of helps keep the mess a little cleaner. So as cool as this was, we don't have a drink here. So maybe we should actually make a tiki drink and then light her up. So the drink we're going to make today on the show is the
Jet Pilot.
Yes. And the Jet Pilot is actually, it's kind of a reworking of the Zombie created by Don the Beachcomber, but this was years later. But it's actually, I think, stronger than the Zombie, so we're going to make one and share it. So this goes in a double old-fashioned or Mai Tai glass.
Half an ounce of lime juice is first. Half an ounce of grapefruit juice. White grapefruit. Half an ounce of cinnamon syrup. Half an ounce of Falernum. An ounce of dark rum.
And this one is Myers.
3/4 ounce of Puerto Rican rum.
We're using Rondel Barillito.
3-star.
3-star.
3/4 ounce of 151. We are using Hamilton 151 Overproof.
And a few dashes of Angostura bitters.
6 drops of absinthe. We keep our absinthe in this like little dropper container. 1/2 cup of crushed ice.
And then we're going to blend this for 5 seconds in the drink mixer, no more than 5 seconds. And we pour that right there into the glass.
And then I'll top it with ice. If you get a good amount of ice on top, it has a spot for you to put your little lime shell that you're going to light on fire.
So just like we did before, I'm going to put the sugar cube in there and get that nice and soaked with some lemon extract. We'll throw that right into the lime shell. It's ready to go. It's a little boat floating on top. Our little protective barrier for the cinnamon mess there. And we also have a little volcano sound that we like to play when we have drinks on fire. Whoa! You can really feel the heat from here. Probably because it was a giant fireball. So, there you have the Jet Pilot. Delicious. Well, that remains to be tasted.
We're going to use our new bamboo glass straw from Surfside Sips. These ones are, they're glass, and they are made to look like a piece of bamboo.
And always remember, when you serve fire drinks to anybody, make sure you remind them to put the fire out before they start.
Yeah, before they
their lips on it.
Put their face in the drink, tell them to blow out the flame.
Yes. All right, taste test. I've been transported in the blink of an eye.
That's really good.
Yes.
I don't know why.
We've had the Jet Pilot many times, but it's always surprisingly good. It's a very, very good drink. Of course, we're going to have the recipe in the description as well. Yeah, that's
Whew.
And you know what? These glass straws, they just make it taste a lot better. They literally do make it taste better because it doesn't taste like Tupperware and it doesn't taste like a pizza box.
And I am wearing a shirt from Big Fun Shirt Company here in Humboldt County. They hand make the shirts. The little buttons are coconut shell. They are like super high quality shirts, and they are local to our little Tiki group here in Humboldt.
So as far as tasting notes for this drink, it definitely, there's a lot of drinks that taste very similar to Don the Beachcomber's rum rhapsodies that he made in the 30s when all this stuff started. This one does have that reminiscent character to it, but it does have its own distinctive signature flavor, I'd say.
I think the relatively large amount of cinnamon syrup kind of makes it a little stand out from other tiki drinks. It's a little less sour and a little more spice, which is good and different.
Yeah, that's very good. It's very balanced. It's very, it is very rum forward. So if you're familiar with the way different rums taste, you can definitely taste the different rums in there. I can taste the Demerara Overproof. You can taste the dark rum, and then that Puerto Rican rum. You can taste all those, and they just go so well together. You have those delicious flavors married, of course, to all the other stuff. It's really good. It's very balanced, and it's got good spice to it too. The couple drops of absinthe actually do quite a bit to make it.
Adds depth.
It elevates it just that much more. And we were saying that you can light things on fire, and we like the orange flame. We usually use the orange flame. Sometimes when we make the Jet Pilot, I still use alcohol because it does have that little blue flame, and that actually looks more like a jet engine to me, so.
It's all about the details.
Yeah, you know. Sometimes you want the garnish to be absolutely true to the character of the drink. But everyone, if you've enjoyed this episode and you've enjoyed this drink, hopefully you're following along, or you will later. Make sure you ring that bell. And make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. Like the videos if you like them. Don't just click like.
No, click like.
Yeah, click like.
Whether you like it or not.
Yeah, it helps. Even if the video is horrible, click like.
And leave us a comment.
Yeah, we want to know what you guys are thinking.
We love comments.
We want to know if there's anybody local in Humboldt watching the show.
Yes.
Leave a comment. Let us know what you think. We'd like to hear from you.
Until next time, wish you happy sipping, and thank you for hanging out with us at the Labyrinth of Dr. Box.
See you next time.